guys, you're watching me, Nikki, you also known as Faces Trader, and you're watching the Awesome 10X channel. If this is your first time to see us, please click that subscribe button where we do live stream of global charts every single day. So we hope to give you the best news that you could use for your trades. So let's talk about today, June 5, 2020. It's the weekend. I chose some Friday's news movers for you. The first news would be Slack. Slack reported earnings, but it's down 10% after hours after the revenue growth guidance failed to impress. Nevertheless, let's read the most important part of their earnings results. I'm taking you to the most important parts. The company reported a record of over 9,000 net new organizations on either a free or paid subscription plan. According to its earnings release, Slack added 12,000 net new customers in the same period. Given the instant market reaction to shed its equity, it's very clear that investors hoped for more paid and fewer free plans. So Slack could have driven more revenue in the quarter, and Slack noted that it expects $200 million in its current quarter revenue, representing a growth of 42 to 44% year-on-year basis. Company expects to lose 3 to 4 cents a share in the 3-month period on an adjusted basis. Nevertheless, regardless of the market reaction, Slack has $750 million in convertible senior notes, adding capital to its balance sheet at a slim interest rate of only 0.5%. Therefore, Slack has all the cash it needs in the world. Also, not all the news of Slack earnings will irk investors because there was a lot of bright lights. Revenue growth accelerated 49%. Accelerated compared to the preceding quarter's 49%. Also, the net retention rate is 132%. More impressive, the gross margin is 87% metric. So let's take a look at work. Everyone who knows Slack has an idea that 26 is the direct listing. Slack has a lot of money, as I said. The $40 actually, the reason why it dropped was because at $40, that was already $20 billion. So $20 billion, but only 800 million of sales, that would make it 20 times price to sales. Now, if you're able to buy somewhere here at about $30, 31, that would allow you to get in at 15 billion market cap, a company that grows 40%, 40 to 50%. Definitely, the only reason why it dropped was because people thought that it could grow 80, 100%. So people were really bullish on Slack prior to this earnings call. Therefore, you could see 30, it went all the way to 40. Even before this earnings, the company was already up 30%. People were pricing in very beautiful earnings report, which they didn't get. So as typical for all software as a service companies, this was just priced to perfection. But if you can look at the bigger picture, from a bigger picture, Slack would still be on a secular uptrend, and you should use any dips here at about 31 or even here at 28 if you can get in better price. This is a long-term straight uptrend, a remote work collaboration beneficiary. Use that gap down to make an entry point here at 31 to 28. It should be a buy on dips. If it will give you a big dip tonight. Now, another news mover for you. NetApp. NetApp acquires Spot formerly to gain cloud infrastructure management tools. The combination of NetApp's leading shared storage platform for block, file, and object and Spot's compute platform will deliver a leading solution for the continuous optimization of cost for all workloads, both cloud native and legacy. Holger Mueller, an analyst with Constellation Research, says that the deal makes sense on that level. At the end of the day, we want to run next generation applications successfully in the cloud. You need to be efficient on compute and storage usage. NetApp is doing great on the latter. NetApp ticker symbol is NTAP. Okay, NetApp there wasn't a lot of news. I mean, there's not a lot of reaction on that news. Not a lot of people were still, so far, not a strong recovery for NetApp. To be honest, I have never studied NetApp. More like I was just reading what's the best news to feed you. So I will take a look more on this NetApp acquisition, what it does, how it helps. But yeah, so far a lot of people aren't really buying up NetApp. We'll put this in our watch list. Another news, a lot of people are saying that tech stocks have been a winning bet, but everyone is worried that the valuations will fade. While cash-rich companies like Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple are considered not speculative, but better than or safer than consumer brands, since they also pay attractive dividends, we should note that the FANGMAN, Facebook, Amazon, are really at extensive levels. So as you could see, Facebook went from 139 to 240. Take a look at your NASDAQ index. This was a V-shaped recovery from about 6.6 all the way to 9.7. That said, given those kinds of people are waiting for that retest of the lows, it hasn't been happening at all. Whether we retest or not, it could be a shallow pullback. I don't know if it's shallow or it's deep, but people are skeptical that we have priced in very strong recovery for your NASDAQ. So you could see that some people are selling their Amazons. First drop here, triple resistance at 2.5. You're seeing people skeptical on this 325 for your Apple. That's a double top here. Microsoft, almost double top here at 188. Amazon, Facebook, Google. Google is a lower high, lower revenues for digital advertising. TTD even went all-time high, but people are, of course, questioning and being a skeptic why it's all-time highs in an era where your digital advertising revenues are not as good as before. So in general, you're seeing that the strong names, the FANGs, the Netflix, okay. Netflix continues to be in an uptrend, but there is that pullback right from that 450, 414. Can it go to 380? That's the wish of your valuation fundamentalist. Shopify also falling down 840 to 735. You're seeing people questioning whether we should be whether we should pay a premium to these names. So C Limited, some drops there. Melly, e-commerce pulling back. After, of course, a 200% move. Datadog, some drops. Fastly, a little drop. So we're not yet seeing a substantial drop. I would say that people want Zoom to fall. People want to shoot down Zoom here at 180, but the trend remains great. So there will be buyers here on that any pullback at 180 to 198. That would be people wanting to fade very strong companies, but my understanding is that strong companies, secular trends are so strong, you just want to wait for an entry 10 to 20% higher. Now, to tell you if the market is hyperly paying for companies, Zoom Info is a new company, got listed last night, went 100% up. IPO was 20. Typically, after 100% move, all those who have it are selling, taking profit. But the fact that it even traded at 70% higher tells you that the market is overly at a euphoric phase. Zoom Info debuted at $40, double its initial IPO price. Shares are trading ZI. Company is a data platform for marketing and sales. Company raised almost $1 billion, $935 million, selling 44 million shares. The IPO price range was previously 16 to 18. So you could see that the US market is frothy, willing to pay so much for companies. So if you're gonna pay for these companies, you might as well pay for Zoom video, where your earnings are growing and revenues is up 169% with a 100%, 200% bump up in your revenue guidance for the year. So those are your top news, but let's take a look at your bad companies. I would say that bad names, the value names, really made a super duper rally this week. This goes to show that sympathy love is a very strong strong move. Take a look at the performance this week's, so 1 week move. Capri Holdings. So we were saying like retailers. Capri Holdings went up this week 33%, for the month 50%. Delta Airlines up 30% for the week. PVH, which is the owner of Tommy Hilfiger and Calvin Klein, up 25%. Ally Financial 20%. Tapestry, owner of Kate Spade and Coach Bags, 20% up. Bad companies such as Bed Bath & Beyond went up 20%, Southwest Airlines 20%, General Electric 18%, Expedia, nobody's booking their hotels, but up 13%, up 40% for the month. So so far we are seeing a really strong move for your sympathy love. Oceaneering, an oil drilling company, 64% up for the month. Very strong moves for your value names as well as your casinos. Casino reopening theme really hot for the week, hot for the entire March low move. Wynn Resorts 30 to 96. SGMS Scientific Games up 360 to 19. Some taking profits here, but I would say that people will continue to buy casinos, especially here at 1385. Any drops, if NASDAQ falls, should be a good opportunity to buy some of these quote-unquote bad names. As sports betting is a strong move, I see that these sports betting names is something that I want to take a look at. International Game Technology, I take a look at GAN Limited. GAN Limited, of course, a strong IPO recently, May 6, $8.50 IPO went as high as 26. I like to enter somewhere here at 17, 18, 19 if the opportunity arrives. DraftKings is quite expensive, but this is a $26 billion company. A lot of people know DraftKings in the US. It's their sports betting pure play. But I was saying that Flutter Entertainment, which is listed in London Stock Exchange, could be a company that other FanDuel sports bettors want to take into consideration. Flutter Entertainment is a subsidiary of the Stars Group, owner of FanDuel, Poker Stars. So in that online sports betting movement, it's news for you that Roundhill launches a sports betting ETF called Bets. So this is 17 hours ago. So I think that there is really a secular trend, and so I like Roundhill Investments. They're always there on the strong esports ETFs, strong themes that people have to be aware of, whether it's 5G, whether it's e-commerce. So of course, they were the ones who had the Nerd ETF. That was their esports and digital entertainment. Now they designed a Bets, which is the first ETF designed to track online sports betting. So Roundhill is a registered investment advisor, ETF sponsor. Bets is BETZ. It's the first day, strong move. Roundhill will bet on all the sports betting companies. So they would bet on all these casinos, whether the traditional MGM, whether Wynn Resorts, Caesars. Okay, so many names. Ano pa ba? Boyd Gaming, Penn National Gaming. My God, Penn National can't even stop, even at this level, went to 37. Wow, it just tells you just how much that sports betting frenzy is. So it only gives me more conviction to really enter GAN Limited while it's still low, and IGP and SGMS. So those are things that I want you to keep your eyes on. Thank you very much for watching. See you again next week. I'd like to share. We have a Friday free class, 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. I'll share it on my Twitter link at Faces Trader. I will share to you all our recorded videos and see you again every single day, every single week. Let's always talk on live stream. Bye bye. Thank you.